Hey everybody, so this is part 2 of my how to raise your vibration video. I hope you caught the first part. If not, you can watch in any order, it doesn't really matter. So the third point I want to make to help you raise your vibration, raise your frequency, is to balance your chakras. Okay, so we all have energy centers throughout our body, and please look up the chakras if you don't know about them already. I will be posting some videos below about, a deeper explanation of chakras, but right now we're just going into raising our vibration. So if you do not know what that is, please look it up. So we have energy centers throughout our body that correlate to certain emotional patterns, emotional traits, emotional habits that we kind of have, but they also pertain to the physical. So, say we have our heart chakra. So this energy center is where we deal with like love. Clearly, this energy center is where we kind of interpret our relationships with other people, how we live for ourselves opposed to other people, and vice versa. How we throw our heart into things and kind of, some people, how they say, I wear my heart on my sleeve. Some people really get a damaged heart chakra by kind of, putting their heart on their sleeve and giving it to somebody and tearing it up. Of course, that's all emotional reactions, relationships. It resides at the frequency of green. It also correlates to the function of our heart, our third dimensional heart here in the physical, our cardiovascular system, a couple other things in our body, major organs, that if this chakra has energy flowing freely, it interprets energy. So it allows the energy to really flow through those organs, to really have things striving on a molecular level, right? With all of our aspects. So, for example, if you're doing chakra work and you help align your chakras, this is going to help raise your vibration. This is going to help raise your frequency. The more in alignment you are, the better you can function at life. So we'll get into a little bit more detail about chakras. There's so much information about them. I'm not too organized on all the information right now, so we'll get to that. So the fourth point in raising your vibration, raising your frequency, is shadow work. So shadow work, a brief explanation, is, when we're born, we're kind of like a whole soul, right? And as we get older, we're developing our energy centers, we're developing our physical body, we're developing our senses the first, 0 through 7 years of our life. And, of course, we're still developing after that. But that is a vital time for you to be developing as a human, just in general. And so certain things can happen in that time that makes us reject certain aspects and traits about ourselves. So for example, say you have a little girl and she's very ambitious, very outspoken. She loves to speak her mind, speak her truth, speak up. She can't, she can't just lay silent while people talk about conflicting things or whatever, right? Even as a child. And say that the adults in her life, whoever she looked up to, whoever was raising her, told her, hey, little girls don't act like this. Little girls are supposed to just be polite and be silent and sit in the corner and kind of just interpret information and let the men talk, or, whatever they can say that may not be so productive. And so the little girl starts associating her being outspoken and forward and independent. She's going to associate that to being bad, and she's going to associate the bad to not being loved. And so she's going to start to reject those aspects about herself. And she's going to be quiet. She's going to be, not social. She's not going to want to speak her mind, speak her truth. And that's going to affect her because she's going to want to. She's going to have the urge to. She's not going to be as confident. She's not going to be, she's not going to feel as worthy, that like she's not going to feel like her opinion is worthy of her speaking her truth and speaking her mind, right? And when she gets older in life, this comes out in very subtle ways throughout your day, or just within our emotional system, how we function as a human, right? So shadow work is, for example, if that little girl realizes, hey, this isn't healthy. I want to speak my truth. I'm not a quiet little girl anymore, and I'm at the point where I'm old enough to understand that I do not have to live for other people. I can live for myself. By helping other people, I can help myself. And sometimes helping other people and myself means I can't stay quiet when I have things to say. I can't just let this pass in front of me and stay passive. Gotta let the tiger out, right? To live your best possible life, you need to be assertive, And so if she can realize that and go through her psychology and kind of essentially undo the damage, this is shadow work. And shadow work can come out in a million different ways based on how we are raised. So that's just one example. So, I know a lot of people have a bad interpretation of shadow work just because of the name, I guess. They picture dark, evil, shadow stuff. Like, no, it's just the part of ourself, and there can be multiple. It's just the part of ourself that we've kind of learned to reject over the years. But now that we're expanding our consciousness, now that we're growing as souls and as humans, now that we are fully kind of developed and we can understand things on a deeper level, it's great to do. You'll go through your life living with ease. Once you kind of figure out the issue, it dissolves. You will stop having those patterns and behaviors that are affecting it, because you'll realize, this is why I'm doing that, right? It's like if you had boyfriends or the male figures in your life. Here's another example. If you have boyfriends and male figures in your life growing up, and they were like, you're ugly, you're stupid, blah, 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 you're going to become an adult woman and be like, God, like, I feel so ugly and stupid, because people have been putting that in your brain, right? Like, not always, but some people really internalize stuff like that. But when you're, developed, now you can realize, hey, you know what? I love myself. I don't think that I'm ugly. I don't think that I'm stupid, right? That's just their opinion. But guess what? Fuck their opinion, right? Excuse the lingo. But that is shadow work, and it's just as simple as that. Just go through psychology of yourself. Learn yourself. If you have traits about yourself that you don't like, go through the list. I'm lazy. I don't like that about myself. Well, guess what? You can go back through the psychology. Why am I lazy? What part about me, why did I reject feeling ambitious and energetic and with that go for it attitude? Why did I reject that about myself? Let me go back to my childhood and see what adult or what situation was forcing me to kind of believe that it wasn't good to be ambitious and achieve things and, go for my goals immediately. Like, think about if the traits you don't like, kind of look for the opposite in your childhood. Look for being taught the opposite of those traits, right? So that's shadow work. The very last thing to raise your vibration, there's a million other things other than all this, but the very last thing that I recommend is do your own research. You'll start going through the spiritual awakening, and you'll want to, research YouTube videos. You'll want to, read books. You'll want to, watch TV that's educational, right? Like, you'll have all these, educate yourself. The more you're educating yourself, The more you're teaching yourself, the more you're learning, the more you're making new neural pathways in your brain. You're essentially unlocking more of your brain. You're essentially creating better habits for yourself. And if you can, do the best possible thing for yourself in each and every moment, that can be the best thing for you, right? So say, we have choices in each and every moment, and say that you can either sit on the couch and watch Netflix, Family Guy or something, cartoons, or you can get up and do some yoga, or you can get up and, watch some YouTube, one of the spiritual teachers, or, do something kind of for yourself, right? Or go pamper yourself, put on a face mask, right? Like, take care of yourself, but discern what is best for you. Because say you just ran a marathon the day before, probably the best thing for you is gonna be to relax, to, rest your brain, rest your body, just sit on the couch, watch those Netflix, right? So just really determine where you're at in each and every moment, and really do what's best for you and your soul and your journey in each and every moment. And that's what it comes down to, right? And you'll start to feel better, more positive, more confident. You'll start to feel like the things that you're doing are more important. You're taking yourself in a better direction. You're doing everything you can to have a good life. And so, of course, that brings happiness, right? So those are my tips to raise your vibration. This turns out to be a little bit of a longer video than I thought, but I hope you all have an amazing day. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, comment below if you have any questions or comments. Hit the bell button so you get future notifications if I make new videos, which I definitely will be. And I hope you all have an amazing day. Namaste.